you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity.
Good morning.
So glad you're here to start the holiday season. Every day is a choice to show some kindness. We're all a part of one family, so connected, our hearts and spirits. I reach out for you, you reach out for me, yeah. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, 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 joy in our hearts. Now is the time to come together to count our blessings. We are grateful. We lift our voices in one chorus. My brothers, sisters, let's celebrate, yeah. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, 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 joy in our hearts. I'm gonna celebrate, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna celebrate, yeah. Let's celebrate peace.
Let's celebrate peace.
Celebrate love.
Let's celebrate love.
Let's celebrate life
Let's celebrate
that
life.
shines, shine, shine, shine. Let's celebrate faith.
Let's celebrate faith.
Let's celebrate hope.
Let's celebrate hope.
Let's celebrate joy.
Let's celebrate
Oh, joy in our hearts. Peace for all seasons. Love every moment. Light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness. Hope in the silence. Joy,
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 joy
in our hearts. Joy,
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 joy
in our hearts. Joy, joy,
joy
in our hearts. I'm feeling joy. Can you celebrate joy and love, peace and hope? Oh, we'll celebrate, 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 oh, celebrate love. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. And we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland, where we gather to celebrate an awareness that there's something larger going on than we may realize. It may not feel like you want to celebrate today, but my invitation for every one of us is to open our heart and to appreciate the journey that we are on, the sacred, sacred journey. You know, Rumi said, all your anxiety is because of your desire for harmony. Seek disharmony, then you will gain peace. That one may not sound like it makes a lot of sense, but anybody in here wish the world would just stop rocking? What would happen if we accepted where we are and know we're all on our perfect path? So I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I am part of the crew here, and we welcome you this morning as we just anchor and we know these ideas. My pronouns are she, her, and we are here as an inclusive community. And in just a moment, we'll open this service in prayer. And by the way, when I say part of the crew here, it's difficult for me to say I'm the minister here because I don't believe I have any special answers. Instead, I believe we are all creations of that infinite intelligence, and we are all working on this sacred journey. And so for me, I've grown up with a mother as a minister. I've grown up refusing to say anyone has those answers, but instead those answers come through us, and we're all journeying on this path, this sacred path of awakening. As I stand here this morning, one of the other things that we know in New Thought is that every being is a creation of the infinite intelligence of this universe. You could call it God, you could call it love, you could call it a quantum field. And that means every being in Somalia, every being in this world. December 10th is the International Day of Human Rights, and part of what we get to do is hold a space of knowing and consciousness that every being has great value and worth. And part of our opportunity now is to hold that space, to know that space, and to be willing to walk together, connecting hands, connecting hearts in this greater knowing. So we're thrilled to have you here. I'd invite you into a time of prayer, of opening our hearts. If anything this week made you want to say, no, I can't do that anymore, I just invite you to open your heart, because your heart is the essence of the universal intelligence that moves through you. It's pure love. And so as we begin this service in prayer, let's open our hearts, go within and know. So we say, infinite presence, we open to an awareness larger than we may have had up until now. We have come to gather together to celebrate this day and this sacred spiritual journey which we walk. We have come to know that all of life loves through us. And moment by moment, we find that we are a channel for awakening. We say yes to the courage to stand clearly in the knowing that we are whole, infinite, and complete. We surround this country with divine love, a knowing that the highest rises again and again and again. It rises and joins together as love. And for this opportunity to gather this morning in this space, our family all around the world, we say thank you, Infinite Spirit, for this breath, for this day, for this sacred journey we walk. And so it is. Amen. And Beth is here to share.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy holidays if it hasn't hit you already. We're here. Here we are. It's great. Yeah, if you did not receive your Advent booklet last week as you left the service, we have some out on the lobby table, and we invite you to pick one up as you leave today. As we start each announcements, I want to introduce our prayer chaplains for today who are here to pray with you this morning. We have George and Lynn who are here to be with you following the service. If you're not ready to pray in person yet, you can submit a prayer request. Those are in the backs of your chairs. You can call the dial a prayer during the week. It's a wonderful way to get recentered. And as some of us need a little time to breathe during this time of year, and the chaplains invite you to their Sunday morning meditations, which happen at 10:30 a.m. before the service in the chapel. So, as we head into the holidays, we have our remembrance service, which is this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. This is an annual thing that we do each year prior to the holidays. It's where we come together in community to remember and honor those who are no longer physically with us. The holidays can be a really challenging time for some of us who are missing those folks. And so we invite you to come and heal together, where we collectively listen, love, and support each other. We invite you to bring a memento, a picture, or something that reminds you of them, and we will place that on our altar. So we'll see you. That's this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Then on Fridays, our time of celebration with the ongoers. That's our 55-plus group. We would love for you to join us for our Christmas luncheon. We're going to be downstairs in Fellowship Hall this year. Tickets are $20. I know there's been a little challenge with some registrations. We're all learning the new system. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with us with some patience. But today's the deadline. We need to know today if you're coming. So if you think you've registered but aren't sure, if you want to register, please come and see me following the service today. It's a wonderful time. Lori will also be out at the desk, and so we can answer any questions you have. We can get your name on the list, all the good things. But it's going to be a wonderful catered lunch. And I want to say, if you do not want to participate in the white elephant, that is not a requirement. You do not have to bring a white elephant gift in order to come and enjoy lunch with us. So there you have that little piece now too. All right. Then I want to mention the garden team meets next Saturday at 9. They're planning for winter cleanup and getting the garden ready for winter. And then the women's group will meet next Sunday following the service. And they're having a white elephant too. So you can join them. Candlelight services follow the next week with our early candlelight service happening on Friday, December the 19th. This is a 7 p.m. service. Following that service, we have a wonderful time. We walk down to Peacock Lane, sing some carols, look at the lights, and then we have a wonderful time at Barbara Bichelle's house, which is on Peacock Lane. It's a great time. She holds a fabulous open house. We have so much fun. So thank you. We'll see you then. And so you can plan to join us for that. And then, of course, our Christmas Eve candlelight service happens on Christmas Eve. And we do this service at 5 p.m., give you enough time to get home and get with your family and all that. There will be childcare available for both of those candlelight services. And then on the Sunday before Christmas, I have to mention, this is when we don our holiday sweaters. And there are no ugly sweaters at Unity. As I say every year, your sweaters are perfect, beautiful, and complete, just as they are. So put them on and wear them. That's the Sunday before Christmas. And it's a wonderful time of year. We have a lot of mutual aid happening as well. I don't know if you noticed when you came in this morning in the north lobby, those community outreach bins are empty today. That is because all of those wonderful warm things that were donated were taken to the Montevilla Community Center on Saturday, where people had the privilege of going through them and getting all the warm things they needed for this winter. So we thank you in advance for that. We have one more week to refill them with all the Christmas stuff, so pick up a flyer, or you can make a donation. If you don't want to shop, you can do that on the pull-down menu. All right, and Thursday Current Events Book Study. They are transitioning to community support for food. They're having their little committee meeting this Thursday at 1. All people and ideas are welcome. They are readying for donations of ready-to-eat or heat items like pasta sauces and canned entrees like chili and such. There's a green bin that's out by the community outreach table. We ask you to put them in there. If you have extras, any excess, we'll be going to local food banks. We're also supplying our in-house pantry downstairs for people in the community who might have some food insecurity. And we want you to check the What You Can Do table. There's lists of what they need out there. They've also compiled a directory of women, BIPOC, LGBTQ plus owned businesses and food providers. And, you know, our patronage will help them the most. So pick up one of those lists today, too. January classes are gearing up. We've got the sign-ups out on the table. Registrations will go into the newsletter and the website this week. You know, it's a wonderful time to get poised for the new year, so you want to be thinking about that. Again this year, we are presenting A Year to Live. This is presented by Lynn Soden and Suzanne Mulcahy. This is a once-a-month class, lasts all year, had a wonderful response last year. It's a heart-opening and educational experience. You can sign up for that. Then on Sunday, January the 7th, George Weatherford is taking you on a visioning quest on a Sunday afternoon workshop, and this is a time where you can see what Spirit has for your vision for 2026. And then we also have Reverend Lisa doing an 8-week class based on the book Real Love. She's going to tell you a little bit more about that now, as well as Claire Grayson's going to talk to you about her play shop, and then I will come back to welcome first-time guests. Lisa.
Okay. First of all, what we have is a 12-week class starting with Claire Grayson, and I just want to take a moment and introduce Claire. You want to come up for a minute? Let me put this over here. There goes the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. I'm balancing today. Claire, you want to go around? All right. Claire will be doing a 12-week class in Image Book, and she had me dig mine out. This is from 1980, the early 80s, and it went all the way up to 1990. But it was a book I created about how I wanted to see my life. And it was started by Reverend Karen Boland, a process. So Claire, come on up.
Thank you. First of all, I have to say, I have never experienced in all my years of church going a more fully engaged minister. And I bet you all would agree. Who knows of any minister that they've ever experienced who actually before the service comes out and greets and welcomes everybody? That's unheard of. Thank you for being so fully engaged with all of us in all of our events. I really appreciate having found this church home. If you're like me, at some point, you've wished that some part of your life could be different, could be better. Maybe you've longed for some really big change but didn't see a way for it to happen. Or maybe you just like to express the highest version of yourself possible. Image booking can absolutely pave the way. If you will fully engage in this image booking process, I promise you can count on dynamic changes from small to big, from imaginable to unimaginable. And I want to turn this back over to Lisa so that she can tell you about her personal image booking experience. I've brought mine with me, and if anyone wants to see it after the service, I'll be up front.
All righty. Well, the class will be on Saturdays from 10 to 12 for myself, doing, and it starts the 10th of January, I believe it is. For me, at this time, it says happy to be me. I wasn't actually really happy to be me. At that time, I was ill, and they didn't know if I would live or not. That was the journey I was on. And so the willingness to walk that journey and to decide that I could find a place in my world that I could be happy to be the soul that said yes to whatever journey it was why I originally took the class. I created the dreams and the visions in visual ones, and literally life shifted. Did this create it? Well, we create our worlds with our journey, with our sacred journey. All I know is it was an important part of my journey. That's why I could pull it out so easy, was that it's been there for decades, and it's just an invitation for all of us. So thank you, Claire. Thank you so much. And the next thing I will be doing is a class, an 8-week class on real love. I've actually been here as of February 19 years, and I've never taught this class. It was the basis for how I went through my journey, and it taught me how to love myself, how to find out when I'm protecting myself and when I'm trying to get love. It was a class that created vulnerability, but it also allowed me to be in relationship differently and to see my life differently. So that'll be Tuesdays starting January 13th. It's from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in person and online. And it's a sacred journey.
If you're with us this morning for the first time, we're really glad you joined us. As you can see, we have a lot of opportunities to keep you grounded through these dark days of winter and inspire you to live and learn and grow, because that's what we're here to do, to support each other on that path. When you came in today, we hope you received a welcome packet. If you didn't, now's the time to raise your hand and hold it up high. Our ushers have a few of those, and they'd love to just put one in your hands. There's a yellow card on the back. We'd love to get you on our newsletter or email mailing list so that you know what's happening and when it's happening. And there's a red rose sticker on the front. If you'd peel that off and stick it to your name tag, we can give you a warm welcome following the service and invite you downstairs for coffee and connection, where we get to know you a little better. We're really glad that you joined us this morning. Thanks, and have a great week.
Thank you, Beth. All right, and for those of you who are here for the first time or you're back again, we want to welcome you. Tuli, we're so happy you and your family are with us today. We just know you're loved and surrounded in light. Lori Denian, we're so happy you're back with us and celebrate with you your journey. And we just have this opportunity to recognize we walk together. If the words that you hear today work for you and inspire you, I would encourage you to continue becoming a part, to find a way to move into community, because it's so important right now to find a place that sources us, that reminds us of who we are. And if these ideas don't work for you, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that does say, I know who you are, and I hold that light for you. So we are thrilled to have all of you with us, and we are going to stand and sing.
We are.
One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so grateful, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Let's shine. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so grateful, shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Let's put our hands together. Here we go. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. Oh, one life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. Oh, one life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. Oh, one life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. Oh, one life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One life loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And I just invite you to turn to those around you with a namaste, a welcome, just to say we're so happy you're here. Before we move into our meditation, I just want to take a moment. We're going to light our Advent candles. For thousands of years, well before the Christmas story that came about, there was a journey of honoring the darkest times of the year with light, with adding light. And this whole season of Advent was created both from the Christmas story, but also it was woven into the ideas that were already there. And so this sacred journey of adding light in the darkest times, anybody been on that one before? That's what we're on. And right now there's so much we can learn. And so last week we lit the first candle for hope. And the idea is when we add concepts and ideas and we begin to live them, literally they create a different world. And with hope, we hold a space of knowing that there is so much more than we ever dreamed of that's possible within this time. And it's an expectation of good, of the infinite to express itself. And today we light that second candle for peace. And that is the living idea of a practice of peace that passes all understanding. The word peace is derived from the Latin word passere, meaning to make an agreement. And you might have not wanted to make many agreements right now. But to be centered in peace is to be in complete agreement with life. And sometimes agreeing to be present and available to the life principle is what this journey calls. And so today we'll talk more about it. But thank you, Gina, for lighting those candles and for us to remember that the light that we add in our consciousness continues to fill us. And we're going to move into a time of meditation, a time of getting quiet, of remembering that that infinite intelligence vibrates from within our being.
Search the sky for that star, star of light, star of love, bright enough to guide believers from afar, seeking their rumored newborn king. And when we wish upon it, we hope for the only gift, peace around our troubled world, peace within ourselves, peace around our troubled world, peace within ourselves.
And as we relax our bodies, quieting our minds, and turning within, we remember that we are created of stardust, of the infinite substance of this universe. And we open to the remembering, a cellular remembering of life, of light, of a knowing that we know, that we know, that we know that wholeness lives as us this day. The stardust shines through our being. And in the silence, we simply add the yes. Yes, here I am, infinite spirit. Move through me in the silence. Again and again and again, I allow a sacred remembering of the vitality of the universe that creates peace within my being. Peace I am. And so it is. Amen.
Search the face of the child, shining with the spirit of Christmas is hidden in your heart. be restored. We've traveled such a long way, had we forgotten what for? And when we gaze upon it, we hope for the only gift, peace around our troubled world, peace within ourselves, peace around our troubled world, peace within ourselves. Search the sky for that star, star of light, star of love, star of light, star of love. Long ago a child was born into a world confused and torn, brought the gift of hope to you and me. Even if you don't believe, there's still a gift if you receive it from the heart of the child of peace. Child of peace, pure and sweet, show me how to be a child of peace. When a child is born, they bring the gift of peace, an offering from the universe for all to see. In my heart there is a space, pure and sacred, warm and safe, where the child of peace is born in me. Child of peace, pure and sweet, show me how to be a child of peace. And so the seeds of peace are sown in fields of hope where love is grown. Now unto us the light has come, heaven's work will soon be done, and every soul that's born will love increase. Remember when you see a child, to greet them with a loving smile. Give your heart to the child of peace. Child of peace, pure and sweet, show me how to be a child of peace. Child of peace, pure and sweet, show me how to be a child of peace. Child
Thank you, thank you. So beautiful. Mary Ellen, thank you also. Thank you, all of you. Child of peace. This is a time when we look at an idea of peace, and it may not seem very logical to you right now to try and add peace. Anybody try and add peace to their world this week? Anybody wish there was peace on the outside that could make it a little easier on the inside? Okay, we have at least 6. Somewhere in there, I think there's a few more. We want to see peace in our world. But what's so fascinating about this journey is that often it is, first of all, I believe peace is a practice and that it comes from within us, that it becomes a part of who we are, and that what's happening in the world is what's happening in the world to move humanity forward, to require that we pay attention to what's happening. And so what do we do with this idea of peace? A few years ago, I was doing the message on peace, and we had a new kitten whose name, I believe, was Tigger. It was either Tiger or Tigger, because we've had a couple of them named the same thing. And every time I would come down, we had this beautiful nativity set that was wooden. And every time I would come down, baby Jesus and Mary were on the floor. And the rest of them were just all laying flat. And the cat would just be sitting there. And I'd put them all back up. And it'd go whack, and they'd all go back down. And you may or may not live within the framework of this idea of Christmas and this sacred journey. I believe, and Unity believes, New Thought believes, it's a story of a people. It's a story that can teach anybody from anywhere. You can take any of these great traditions, and a little bit Hanukkah is starting. I believe it's next Sunday it starts. And the teachings from Hanukkah are profound. But they're a teaching that allow us to see something larger. Well, this morning I got up, and the cat is now a little older and doesn't bother with most of our things. But I got up, and Santa was on the floor again. And I got 2 hand needle felted beautiful Santas. And a couple days ago, he was on the floor with his cane in half. And I was like, no, this cannot happen. And there's a 110-pound black lab looking at me, just smiling. And he couldn't get it all the way off of the place. But I thought, why, when I'm talking about peace, does the world look a little bit like that? You just get up and it's not how you want it to be, and I don't think that Santa will ever be how I want it to be again. But sometimes I look at my world and I think, oh my goodness, that's right where we are. That's right where we are. These old ideas are laying on the floor. They've been knocked over by the things that we want, and we want peace. And so often we say, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. We sing that every service, but it is really tough. Often I would like to say, let there be peace on earth and let it be out there so I can be okay. I mean, that's a lot of times what I want my journey to be. But the journey is within, and it's a sacred one. The Bhagavad Gita says we are born into a world of nature. Our second birth is into a world of spirit. It's into a world of spirit. So this idea of allowing ourselves to find that peace that passes all understanding is part of the journey. And that's where, when Rumi said, don't seek harmony, move into the disharmony. That's part of the practice that we find ourselves. We want something to show up, and I hold a space for it. But the truth is, the practice of peace is going into the places where Santa's face down on the floor, or any other thing that you have had value for is face down on the floor, and then we get to start picking it up, and we get to start saying, what does this mean? What does this mean? Now, when I look at this sacred journey, 2,000 years ago, Mary and Joseph had a sacred journey. Mary represents the feeling nature. Joseph represents the thinking nature of us. We have that sacred journey. And that desire for a birth is what this holiday story, in the darkest times of the year, we're asking for a birth that it looks to be impossible. Anybody got that idea right now? We want a birth of compassion and caring and respect for every being. That's what we're beginning to hold. And what's so interesting is, I always used to look at this journey as an individual one, because we are all on individual journeys. Every one of us in this space, every one of us in our virtual family, we all have our sacred journey. And sometimes it's tough. We've been through a diagnosis. We've been through a death. We've worked to love ourselves where we may not have. We've worked to move through ideas that our families have held. We've worked through all of these pieces. And we still get to go to something larger. So Mary and Joseph, their journey, they got clear that the message, that the birth of this Holy Spirit was happening through them. And if you may remember on this, Mary said, "Could it be with someone else, please?" And our feeling nature often says, "Not now. This isn't what I want. I didn't sign up for this." And yet eventually we say, "Spirit, let it be according to thy will, thy idea." Whatever it is that our souls said yes to this life journey. And I have never lived in a world that didn't have journeys upon journeys upon journeys. That's simply the world that I grew up in New Thought and Unity, and in so much of this is the idea that we are all travelers along this journey. And they had many, many choices of how to take that journey. You and I do also. And there is a birth that is being asked of us if we will open to it and find something larger. One of the things I know is that the quality of that journey is up to me. I can take it lovingly. I can take it in tears, doing the grief and the work I'm supposed to do. I can take it taking blinders off and saying this old system of racism, this old system of patriarchy or capitalism or any of these things that have created systems that we've been born into. I can take those blinders off. I can move into the disharmony and I can create something larger. And it's going to take Mary and Joseph. It's going to take these ideas. What's so interesting is we now have the individual journey and we have a journey together. We are moving just from, humanity evolves individually, collectively, and globally. And we have moved to where we are being asked to evolve individually and collectively at the same time. It is larger than we think, this journey, and it contains more good than we have imagined. But we have to be in agreement, passere, to be in agreement with. We have to be in agreement with the disharmony that's there with life. It doesn't mean we say, yes, this is mine forever. It means we say, yes, this is where I am. And I'm willing to be present and to learn from it. Buddha says, be present to your day, to your life, or you will miss it. Often we say, can I just get through this and then I'll be present? Could we just get through this and have an election and then this will happen? Could we just do these things? But actually, this is the sacred journey that we have. And, Mary's 9 months pregnant. Many in this room have gone through that journey. And for the first time, a new law goes into place from Emperor Augustus that you have to go to be registered. And you have to go, not at the local office, but the town of your family. And so they have to take a 4 to 5 day trip from Nazareth to Bethlehem. All of us have heard of this. We've seen that. But I want to talk to you because when we look at the metaphysical interpretation of that story, Nazareth, and that's a metaphysical Bible dictionary up there that I fell. By the way, mine is somewhere around the room or around this church. If anybody sees it, I would love it because, first of all, it's been chewed by the dog, so you can tell which one is mine. That seems to be my journey right now. But this is what Charles Fillmore wrote of what do these words mean? In Aramaic, in the Bible, every name means a quality. And so Nazareth, I knew it meant the city, the place of the ordinary. But it means more than that. Nazareth was a despised place. And he said, the things of the spirit of the infinite are considered foolish by the natural man. And as such would be a type of inferiority. It was considered a community of commonplace, if not disreputable people. Can any good thing come from Nazareth? Yet in this commonplace village, Jesus was reared, and in the seemingly mediocre mind, the Christ of truth is received and expressed. Nazareth typifies the commonplace mind of humanity, but it is a place of development through which the divine comes into expression. Anybody have some really inferior places in them right now? Every one of us have. Okay, one person. We've got one person. Tom has said yes. We have, and I won't say your name, I promise again, but we have a place in us, every one of us does, that is shaking us to our core. It may be that we haven't learned to love ourselves, or that we're afraid to say, I am this. I step forward as this. I have chosen this path. I don't know why, but it's here, and I can find the love that I am. I can find the peace that I am. I can find the presence. But we get to move, and the journey we have to take is from Nazareth to Bethlehem. And that idea of Bethlehem, and it's Bethlehem in Judea, and Judea is the region, and it represents the tribe of Judah, which is praise. So we're going to a place in a region of praise, which means we step into whatever's happening and we find an opening for it. And Bethlehem means house that sustains us, place that sustains us. We all have Bethlehem within us also. And the sacred journey to birth something more, to birth the peace that passes on all understanding, to birth an awareness that we have come to share our gifts and to express the truth of our being, is when we go from Nazareth and we get out of the inferiority. It's ordinary because we've been living it. And many people live their whole lives in it, but we get out of there and we go literally into Judea, into some form of there's more than this. There's a universal intelligence that's teaching me, that's healing me, that's allowing me to find something more and to be at peace with that journey. And when we do, we find a larger story, a larger picture, a larger thing. And by the way, never forget, Mary makes that journey on the donkey. And the donkey is always, and I did not bring my donkey this morning. I had too many other things to bring. I have a beautiful donkey that will be here by next week. But it reminds me, donkeys are untrainable. They do not do what you say. They do not go in the direction you want. And they are not what we want to be traveling on. But that's what she traveled. From the house that did not support her, that did not allow her to birth something more than she had the idea of, to move into a place that sustains, that reminds her of the truth of her being. That's where we're going. That's what we're doing. Rumi said, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. And so every one of us gets to do that. We get to do it in the places that we say, oh, how do I do this? How do I find peace? When peace becomes a practice, it means when we find as much tightness as we can barely breathe. Anybody have trouble breathing sometimes these days? I'm just talking about just like a clenching. That means peace is the practice. It's not where we want to go. It's the practice. It's a knowing right now who we are. And it's a standing in that knowing. Even if we can't breathe, we do it for the day. Every breath becomes that. Tara Brock has a practice. She calls it RAIN. And she said it brings us home to the embodied awareness. I use it a lot with peace. Because sometimes in my world, it doesn't feel like that's what's happening. Or there's things happening outside. And who I am is so upset that that's happening in our country or in my world or in someone else's world that I just don't know what to do. I don't want to get to peace to avoid what's going on. I want to get to peace to say, Spirit, how would you have me walk in courage and stand fully in the truth of my being in this day? And to let go of the other pieces. But RAIN, she says, recognize what's happening inside of you. Recognize. Notice the worry, the tightness, the fear. Naming it brings awareness. And for me, I often say, oh, that's fear. Oh, that's squeezing me. Sometimes I just say, oh, and I work on the breath. I am peace. Peace, be still. I am peace. And I just continue breathing. Often my daughters say, what's wrong? Did we do something wrong? You're breathing. And I just say, what do you mean? And they're like, you're breathing too deeply. What is it? And I can't say, I just watched the news, or I just did this, or I just did that, or we have 12 services coming up, and I don't know how they're writing themselves. All these pieces. It's our journey, whatever it is. A is allow the experience to be here just as it is. Make space for what is present with compassion. It does not mean that we want it. We don't want to pitch a tent in it. But if we're accepting, wow, I'm squeezed. I don't agree with this. It's here. Circle it with compassion. It is here to teach us. That donkey was there to take Mary to a place that couldn't happen in the tough times in Nazareth. It had to happen somewhere else. Investigate, that's the I, with gentle curiosity. Feel into your body. Where does it live? What does it feel like? Bring attention to the felt sense rather than the thoughts. What does this feel like? And then N, nourish with kindness. Offer care to the vulnerable place you discover. Place a hand on your heart or silently whisper, it is okay. What I work to do is at that place, love yourself. Surround yourself in compassion. And then I want to get really curious I wonder what this is. Why might I be afraid? And what did I come to do? Because I believe we chose this day and this journey and this time. And we chose it because we are the perfect people for it. And we have the ability to stand in it and to allow something higher to be born, even if it looks like an impossible birth. Even if it looks like it's not possible. Pierre Teilhard Chardin, he was good friends with Jean Houston. And Jean shared so many times, she said, his spiritual interpretation of evolution was this: we need to have more specialists in spirit who will lead people into self-discovery. And she said, what do you mean? And he said, and she said, this is exactly what he said. I was taking notes. She said, we are being called into metamorphosis, into a far higher order, yet often we act only from a tiny portion of ourselves. It is necessary that we increase that portion. But do not think for 1 minute, Jean, that we are alone in making that possible. We are a part of a cosmic, evolutionary movement that inspires us to unite with God. And today you might say the infinite or spirit. This is the lightning flash for all our potentialities. This is the great originating cause of all of our shifts and changes. Without it, there is nothing but struggle and decline. We've come to birth something larger, but we have to be willing to be where we are when we don't like it. And find a way. In fact, I don't know how this moves into today, but that happy to be me, and I said it before, I was not happy to be me at that time. And it took years for that to happen because I didn't know if I'd live 6 months to a year. I had seizures to a point I was unconscious much of the month and the time, and they didn't see any answers for that. When we hold a space that there's something possible in what looks impossible, we have to have an idea that there's a possibility that we don't know a path for. Humanity is being asked for that right now, to grow out of the systems that have bound us and the way we've been molded and shaped from the outside and begin to standing within. And know there is a peace that passes all understanding. It's the truth of your being, and it's inviting you to take the next step into what is. to know that you have Bethlehem within you and it will birth that higher order. And you are that light. Thank you. You know, when we hold that space, we find that the path is not always seen until it's there. And right now, that's what's happening. We're in the time of our accepting our tithes and our love offerings, and we are beginning our holiday giving campaign. Many of you received, I believe it was sent by email this year, not always in person. If you are an actual paper one, there are copies out on the entryway table if you'd like to have one that is paper that reminds you. This idea of this holiday giving campaign, we've been offered a $5,000 match, and our intention this year is to end the year in the black. We are the closest we have been since COVID, and it is very, very possible. It is very possible. And so we're just inviting all of you to give above and beyond your usual giving and to make that special gift. I'd invite you to mark it as that and to just simply be a part of investing in a community that believes all of us have come to be a part of the change. So we are going to, there are cards in the backs of your seats. I believe they are white cards. They look something like that. They tell you different ways you can give if you would like to give online. And signing up for automatic giving is one of the ways you can hold a space for this community. It's something I did that first I was like, I can't do that. I don't understand all this process. And Lori Lancaster is out at the desk to help you with that process if you'd like help with that. And it's just part of knowing we create our worlds. Our blessing is one that starts with divine love. And I want you to remember, divine love is the creative energy of the universe. We create with it, that with which we love, and we allow something larger to be birthed comes through us. And so as we hold this affirmation together, I would invite you to allow it to move through your being. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
If you would like to come sing with us during the holiday season or after, please come see me after the service and I'll be sure to get you on the list. Jingle bells and party lights, ornaments and tangled lights,
All right, yes. You know, I had a line, peace is not being without stress. Peace is agreeing with life to birth the next highest knowing or understanding, the next step in our lives. It's one little step at a time. In just a moment, our youth are going to walk in. And you know, they are having the opportunity right now where they are to birth peace, to birth the belief in who they are, to find something larger. And we are a part of that. Every one of us gets to know that the love that we are can connect on a heart level, on a level that we never see, we may never know, but that touches another life. And so I just invite you to take the love that you are, to allow it to encircle this walkway within which they walk, and to see the light that they are, to see the wholeness, to see the truth of their being as we sing them in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow.
I'm William, and what we did today was we made stars to make our light shine like this, and we are going to put them up on the wall. And we also made these stars that we're going to take home.
William, congratulations, you did it. I appreciate you having the courage to step forward and do that. That's a big
And he
one.
was the birthday boy today, too.
Oh, happy birthday.
You want- we still have shirts outside for sale and good cookies. Please be generous. Take them home. Give them as gifts. People love them.
They make wonderful gifts.
They make wonderful gifts.
We had 5 toddlers or babies in the nursery today. 6. We had 6. Okay, well, we had a lot. If that is something you would like to hold, please do. Liv has been working with our babies for I don't know how many decades. since 2009, and one of the things she does is she holds a vision of the light within each of these beings and works to call it forth. And so I am so grateful for her and her vision. Thank you for what she does. Okay. Do we have is anybody else?
No, they were together once a month, so.
Yeah, so we decided as a whole youth of Unity that we're going to get together once a month because if you don't know, generally we're separated into like middle schoolers and high schoolers. So that we feel like we don't want to be too separated for too long. So we join together once a month as a group and we do something together. And today we wrote similarly, like they did, on stars of how we shine our light, and then we hung them up downstairs. So you guys will be able to see them downstairs when you come down for Connection Hour.
Thank you, thank you. All right, and we invite you downstairs after the service for Connection Hour. We invite you to Wednesday night service, the Remembrance service. If you'd like to bring a picture or something and just holding that sacred space, we invite you to do that. And we are going to stand and sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," and let it begin with me.
Let there be peace on earth
All right, and we are going to do our closing unity prayer and then sing our youth out so they can get downstairs before we do, and they can go down safely down the stairs. So we say, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And they make it firm so you can hear them stomp. All right, have a love-filled week.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light when I choose to.